Hello, this is Arielelian, and welcome to part 1 of my How to Tank in MMOs guide. What you're seeing here is a level 50 dungeon, WP. I forget the full name of it, but we're just going to watch this brief video while I do the introductions here. Today, I'm going to cover just the very basics of tanking and the two arsenals that tanks have to do their jobs. It can pretty much be reduced down to two pieces of it. Uh, Damage mitigation and aggro generation. Now, damage mitigation can be done in a number of different ways. It can be reducing damage, which is actually what my character, the paladin, tanks do in this game, or it can be healing via attacks, which is what warrior tanks tend to do. So there's a number of different ways you can mitigate the damage, but at the end of the day, it's really just about damage mitigation. The other piece of a tank is aggro generation. This is the part that helps you keep the boss, the mobs, focused on you and away from your party members. In order to be a good tank, you have to be proficient in both and really pay attention to all those things. Now, the thing about all of the abilities that tanks get is they're only useful if you actually use them. Tanks can get buffs, which reduce damage or increase aggro, or both. Or they also have special abilities called cooldowns, which give them temporary buffs to reduce damage by the mobs and the boss. So we're going to hop over here to a different video, one in a little bit more controlled environment, and what I'm highlighting are the different damage mitigation cooldowns that this character has. Naturally, when you're starting out at a lower level, you're going to have fewer of them, and as you get higher level, you're going to get more. It's very important to understand what each of these different things do, and to actually use all of them when necessary. Some buffs, like this one, Convalescence, increases healing received, and so it's important to pop those when you're low and your healer needs help to heal you back up. This one, Fight or Flight, or Flight or Fight, whichever, increases your damage. I'm highlighting now my abilities that increase enmity or threat or aggro, as different MMOs may call them. This is also very important as in order for you to actually generate aggro, you need to use those abilities which have the highest aggro generating, amendments to it. So I'm going to show you just a very quick fight. It's a very basic mob, nothing too difficult at all. But what I want to demonstrate is a mistake that a lot of new tanks make. Now, your gear is equipped with dodge, with parry, with block if you have a shield, and so all of these different natural defenses that you have without any abilities whatsoever are innately just part of your class. As you can see, I dodged that attack, and you'll see a bunch of different parries and blocks, etc. And so all of those abilities are mitigating damage that I'm not taking the full brunt of the damage. Now, what I see a lot of tanks do when they're new is this. They actually turn their backs to the mobs if they're fighting multiple mobs. And you'll see what happens here. I'm going to just keep my back to this mob for a while and notice that I'm no longer blocking, I'm no longer dodging or parrying. I'm taking the full brunt of the attack. So all of my gear, all of my parry gear, all of my dodge stats, all of those things that I've put so many points into are nullified just by turning my back to the mob. And so it's so important, in addition to using the combination of your damage mitigation abilities, using the combination of your aggro generation abilities, you also have to keep your face towards the mob. That's the only way in which all of your damage mitigation traits and abilities come into play. Otherwise, you just end up nullifying all of your hard work and you are taking the full brunt of the damage. So this is just part one. Hopefully it was helpful to you. Feel free to leave some comments below if there are other things that you are interested in learning more about. But more to come about tanking multiple mobs and also some other strategies. Take care.